Hey folks, welcome back. It is the 15th of July today, and I want to show you my little nursery area with the figs, propagated back in mid-February 2026, maybe late February 2026, because things have gone okay. I've been selling a few of the number 1 to 1 gallons on Facebook Marketplace, but I've had some issues with a few and try and dissect what's going on, and I've got a plan in place that I've started to execute, but I wanted to show you what we're doing. But I also wanted to show you the nursery in general because we really haven't had a fig update, though I did just post a video today. This one's probably going to get posted in a few days. I want to show you what the whole nursery looks like at the moment. Let's take a look. Now it's a bit spread out at the moment, and calling this thing a nursery is a bit generous, but let's walk you through what we've got here. These 3 gallons right here they were my number 1s from last year that didn't sell. Toward the end of the season, maybe a little too late, I put them in the 3 gallons, and they've done a good job of rooting out since then. They did have some up and down in the spring because of the hot, cold, and the winter was very brutal, though they were undercover. I did get a lot of dieback, but we can see we do have a full set of roots. And although the shoot systems aren't overly robust, we do have fruit growing, so there's enough maturity. Now, the fruit's not going to mature at this point, but there is enough maturity in the roots to push simultaneously both fruit and shoot. They just really need to, they just need to get into the ground, I think, at this point. I do have those listed. I'm hoping that they sell off, because if they don't, they're just going to go on my property somewhere. Over in this area, I've got my Violet de Bordeaux, and we've got some stragglers here. We do have some good ones in there. And then these 2 here are my number 1 and 1 gallon Celeste. Don't mind that the limp at this point, those leaves kind of sagging down. It's 95 degrees out here right now. I am going to hit them with water again tonight and then tomorrow morning. At this temperature, I usually do that basically 6:30 a.m. and about 5:30 p.m. I hit them all with water just to make sure that they kind of keep going, because they are well rooted out at this point. Some are circling the bottoms a bit, so they definitely need to stay a bit more hydrated, because they're not gonna hold much water at this point in those root balls. So I do try to just at least wet the roots so that they can survive a bit longer. But the leaves close down a little bit when they get too hot, because they're trying to conserve water. Now this area to the front side of the Celeste, and again, those are Celeste and those are Celeste, I isolated off the stronger ones because some of them were lagging a bit, and I wanted to understand why. Now, when I take these out of the pots, what I am seeing for some of these smaller ones, I do see a little bit of root, but what I've noticed is a very heavy, dense, almost compacted soil as the root ball. So it was sifted compost from the chicken run. Basically, I scraped the wood chip back in the chicken run on the east side because it slopes west to east. And so I got well below the wood chip, but I sifted it through a 1/4-inch sieve, mixed it with some perlite to make sure it drained, but a lot of it feels very heavy at this point and holding way too much water. So my guess is that the roots aren't able to exchange oxygen properly, which is stunting the growth at this point. So what I have been doing yesterday, I've been actually repotting these up into 3 gallons with a much looser, much more immature compost, just to see if I can get them to take off by the end of the season. But let me show you exactly what that process looks like. So here's the plant. The shoot system looks fine. It was a terminal bud cutting, so it was cut from the top. Actually, almost like a 2 terminal buds, but there's just this one. There's multiple stalks coming out of there, so she's really trying to push well. But I can feel the weight of this thing. Now, some of the ones that you saw over there that were kind of limp, I picked up a couple after I turned the camera off for a moment, and they're dry. In no small part to the fact that they're just probably really well rooted out, and for whatever reason, though I used the same potting mix for all of them, it never actually wound up with this compaction issue. And I can feel the weight of this one, despite the fact I didn't water this one at all today. It's in a black pot, and it is hot out. We got a lot of good roots in this thing, and now I've got 2 options with this. I can break this up a bit and pot it in a 3 gallon with with a looser soil, or I can pot it in the 3 gallon with just kind of putting the material around this. But I kind of want to break it up. What do you think? Yeah, let's break it up. So we got the plant, we got the 3 gallon pot. What I've been doing, and you can see this compost, folks, is definitely not a finished compost. Nice color, decent texture for a mulching on a bed. I've done that before. You've seen me do that, where I just take this stuff, throw it on a bed. It's going to decompose in place to finish off, but not necessarily something someone would consider a potting mix. But again, I really want to make sure it's loose enough and loamy enough so that a plant like this, in trying to fix it, can breathe better through those roots. And again, this is a hypothesis more than anything else, but I'm going to guess that that is part of the problem as to why it's just struggling. This is heavy, folks. I mean, this is really broken down stuff. So yeah, what we're gonna do, we're gonna lose some roots in this process. She's not gonna be a happy plant, but okay. That's about as much as I want to take off, which is pretty much all of it, but you can see it's got a nice little root system. Yeah, I think this is gonna help the process. So what I've been doing is I've been taking the plant off to the side. I take all that material that was already there, and I just sort of spin it around a bit. I don't want to lose that material. There's a lot of good nutrition still in that, but I definitely don't want it to be the dominant piece. And once that's done, I'm filling her up until I get to a level I like for the plant size, and that's probably going to be it. Yeah. And then I've just been backfilling. And this is super, I'm guessing, unconventional, but I'm not really a conventional grower in a lot of ways. I just kind of use my gut. I give nature a chance, and things seem to work out pretty well some of the time. So I've got 12, I think 12 of these done right now, so this is lucky 13. Everybody who's small right now, I'm going to do this exact same process with. Because what I want to do is I want to give them all a chance. Now here's my, again, let's further, let's create another hypothesis. By the end of the season, assuming in the next 2 weeks these things are still able to, this process doesn't kill them, I'm gonna guess that by early August, if they're still alive, they're going to go out in the full sun at that point. They're undercover right now, all the other ones I've done like this, but what I really want to do is I want to put them out, and I'm going to guess that they could probably get 1.5 feet of growth and almost fully root out in these 3 gallons by the end of the season. So that's my hope for these. I don't think they were going to make it in this guy here. I think it was too compacted. I think this is going to be a really nice upgrade, but we'll see. It'll be a project that we can look at later on in the season if I remember that I filmed this one now. That right there is the one I added, so we're getting it watered in now, and all those were done yesterday. I might have done one today. That might be my second one today. But yeah, everybody who we've got over there, including the Violet de Bordeaux who are really lagging, they're going to all get this same treatment, and I'm really hoping that it does a good job of making sure that they come back and grow. I don't see any reason they can't. The Celeste is really a hardy fig. Yeah, the roots were extremely disturbed, but I think this is going to put them in a much better chance long-term than what they were currently experiencing. So what do you think? Think this is going to work? I'm not sure. I'm going to guess that most of them will make it. Whether or not they thrive is another story. Again, that's a lot of distress on those roots. So we'll see how they want to turn out from that thing. Like I said, I'm pretty optimistic, but it's not as ideal as if they would have started off in better material in the first place. So thanks for coming along on this little ride, and that's the update on the fig little nursery. And yeah, I'm not unhappy with how most of the plants turned out. Just a few of these just didn't turn out, and I won't do that same composting approach for the potting mix next year. I think I'll do it. If I do that at all, I would mix that with some of the less broken down stuff just to create a better soil structure physically for those roots so they can exchange oxygen, get some immediate nutrition. As the undecomposed stuff decomposes more, that'll help feed them along as well. It'll just be a much better situation. So I hope you enjoyed what you saw today. If you did, feel free to give the video a like. If you have any questions, please post below. I'll take bets. What do you think on these? You think they're going to make it? You think they're going to fail? Till next time. Thanks for watching. Take care.